Did you know that Amish seniors often live well into their 80s and 90s, and not just in years but in quality of life? Many remain physically active, mentally sharp, emotionally grounded, and deeply connected to their communities, long past the age where most of us begin to slow down. In a world where aging often comes with decline, where mobility fades, memory falters, and loneliness creeps in, the Amish are painting a very different picture of what growing old can look like. They don't rely on fitness trackers or high-tech healthcare. They don't follow trendy diets or scroll through endless wellness advice. And yet, they're aging better than most of us. So how is it possible? What are they doing so differently? And what can we learn from it? In this video, we're diving into 5 powerful lifestyle practices quietly embedded in Amish culture. These aren't fads or temporary hacks. They're time-tested habits, rooted in simplicity, community, faith, and function, habits that modern science is only just beginning to fully understand. This is not about converting to a way of life. It's about discovering what's been hiding in plain sight and how a return to some of these grounded, holistic practices could help us live not just longer lives, but better ones. So let's ask the question together. What do the Amish know about longevity that the modern world has forgotten? And more importantly, which of their secrets can you start using today? Step inside an Amish home, and you'll notice something almost immediately: space. Not empty space, not sterile or cold, but space with intention. Every item has a purpose. Every surface breathes. The walls aren't filled with distractions. There's no glowing screen in the background. No piles of unopened Amazon boxes. No cluttered chaos competing for attention. It's simple. It's functional. It's peaceful. Modern science is catching up to something the Amish have known for generations. The environment we live in shapes how we feel. Studies now show that visual clutter increases levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. A messy space can cloud your thinking, raise your anxiety, and even contribute to fatigue and decision overwhelm. Meanwhile, minimal, orderly environments have been linked to better focus, improved mood, and even higher self-esteem. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about mental health. The Amish don't live without excess because it's trendy. They live that way because it's practical, necessary, and freeing. Without constant stimulation, no buzzing phones, no flashy ads, no endless scrolling, their nervous systems get something most of us rarely experience: rest. A true, deep quiet. That kind of quiet makes room for clarity and peace. So what can we learn from this? You don't need to give up electricity or throw away all your belongings, but you can begin to simplify. You can choose to create a calmer home and a clearer mind. Here are 3 simple, powerful steps you can take this week to start living more like the Amish and less like the overwhelmed modern world. Step 1. Start with one surface. Find a single table, desk, or shelf. Clear it completely. Only return what you truly need. Keep it clean for 1 week, and notice how your mind responds. Step 2. Silence the noise. Pick 1 hour a day to unplug completely.
No screens. No notifications.
Just stillness. You might be surprised by what surfaces in the quiet. Step 3. Set limits on new stuff. Before you buy something, ask yourself, do I need this? Will I use it often? And is it adding peace or distraction to my life? In a world addicted to more, the Amish remind us of the quiet power of less. Less clutter, less noise, less stress. And in that less, we often find so much more. Now picture this. It's Sunday afternoon. 3 generations sit shoulder to shoulder around a long wooden table. Children pass homemade bread. Grandparents laugh with toddlers in their laps. No one is staring at a screen. No one is rushing out the door. They're fully here, together. In Amish communities, this scene isn't rare. It's routine. One of the most powerful and often overlooked contributors to Amish longevity is their deep, interwoven social structure. Elders don't disappear into retirement homes or live in isolation. Instead, they remain vital members of the household, the farm, and the community. Multi-generational living isn't just about proximity. It's about purpose. Older adults continue to teach, guide, and contribute. And in return, they're surrounded by love, respect, and daily interaction. Science backs this up. Studies show that seniors with strong social ties are less likely to suffer from cognitive decline, depression, or chronic stress. In fact, regular intergenerational contact has been linked to better memory, stronger immune function, and even longer lifespans. But perhaps even more important than the health stats is the sense of meaning. In Amish life, aging doesn't mean becoming irrelevant. It means becoming essential. Of course, not all of us live in communities like this, but that doesn't mean we can't create one of our own. You don't need a farmhouse full of cousins or a buggy in the driveway to benefit from connection. What you do need is a circle of care, a handful of people you show up for and who show up for you. So here's a quick guide to reigniting those relationships that matter most. Call someone you've been meaning to check in on. Don't text, call. Plan a shared meal even if it's just once a week. Make it a ritual. Find an elder in your community and ask them to teach you something. Or better yet, mentor someone younger than you. Wisdom needs a home. In the modern world, loneliness is an epidemic. But in the Amish world, connection is a way of life. And that, more than any supplement or secret formula, may be one of their most powerful keys to longevity. Because when we feel seen, needed, and loved, we don't just live longer. We live better. There's something striking about Amish life. No treadmills, no CrossFit boxes, no 10,000-step challenges. And yet, they move more than most of us do in an entire day without ever calling it exercise. From the moment the sun rises, their day is in motion. They walk, not to reach a goal on a screen, but to reach a neighbor, a field, a task. They lift not weights but tools, laundry baskets, sacks of grain. They squat not in a gym but while tending a garden or scrubbing a floor. The Amish move with purpose, and their bodies thank them for it. Modern studies show that this kind of incidental movement, the light, frequent, and functional activity built into daily life, may be even more beneficial than short bursts of high-intensity workouts. This constant low-level activity supports heart health, stabilizes blood sugar, reduces inflammation, and promotes mobility deep into old age. It's no wonder that the Amish report lower rates of obesity, cardiovascular disease, and chronic pain compared to the general population. It's not about working harder. It's about moving more naturally. So, how do we bring that kind of movement into our modern lives without the horse and buggy? Let's break it down in this quick segment. 5 Amish-style movements you can add to your routine. Simple, subtle shifts that bring movement back into your body without ever stepping into a gym. 1. Walk with a purpose. Take short walks throughout your day, not on a treadmill but outside between tasks, like the Amish do. Walking isn't a workout to them. It's transportation. It's reflection. It's routine. 2. Deep squats and ground-level tasks. Instead of bending at the waist, squat fully when picking something up or gardening. This maintains hip and knee flexibility, something many Amish seniors retain into their 80s. 3. Manual tasks over machines. Try sweeping instead of vacuuming. Knead your bread instead of using a mixer. Hang your laundry. Movement lives in these old ways that also engage the senses and calm the mind. 4. Carry, don't roll. Need to move something? Carry it with care. Groceries, boxes, even a basket of laundry. The Amish use their bodies daily as their primary tools. That physical engagement builds strength and balance over time. 5. Do it together. Chores are often communal. Raking leaves with a friend. Gardening with a child. Movement paired with connection multiplies the benefits, physically and emotionally. You don't need barn-raising muscles or a life in the countryside. You just need rhythm, purpose, and the willingness to reclaim motion as part of living. Not just something scheduled between screens. Because the secret isn't in doing more. It's in moving differently, just like the Amish have for generations. Step into an Amish kitchen, and you'll notice something right away. There are no microwaves humming, no frozen dinners thawing, and no snack wrappers scattered on the counter. Instead, there's the scent of homemade bread cooling on a wooden rack, jars of canned vegetables lining the shelves, bowls of freshly picked apples on the table. Everything has a purpose and a season. Amish families grow much of what they eat. Their meals are built from scratch, simple ingredients, often from their own backyards. It's not a diet plan. It's a way of life. And it's one of the most powerful reasons they enjoy such resilient health well into old age. Without intention, they avoid many of the foods that have become staples in modern kitchens: high-fructose corn syrup, hydrogenated oils, preservatives, ultra-processed snacks. Instead, they consume real food, whole grains, fresh produce, unprocessed dairy, and home-raised meats. The result? Better gut health, more stable blood sugar, reduced inflammation, and a significantly lower risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. It's not magic. It's biology, supported by consistency and culture. And perhaps just as important, mealtime in Amish households is never rushed. Food is shared, not inhaled. Meals are prepared with care, eaten together, and treated as a time of connection. This slows digestion, supports metabolism, and reinforces the emotional nourishment we often overlook. So what can you take from this? You don't need to grow your own food or live off-grid, but you can start building an Amish-style pantry, a space filled with real, recognizable ingredients, foods that expire naturally, items you could, in theory, make with your own hands even if you don't. It's about rethinking what convenience really costs us. Here's how to get started. First, swap out processed snacks for whole alternatives: nuts, fruit, hard-boiled eggs, homemade bread. Next, build your meals around simple combinations: a protein, a vegetable, a whole grain. No packaging needed. Finally, make one thing from scratch each week. Start with soup or a loaf of bread. Reconnect with your food, one bite at a time. Eating like the Amish isn't about perfection. It's about intention. And it might just be the most powerful and overlooked step toward a longer, healthier life. At the heart of Amish life is something quietly powerful: faith. Not just as ritual but as rhythm, as a way of being. In this community, belief isn't confined to a Sunday service. It breathes through every task, every gathering, every choice. It's woven into the structure of their days and the depth of their relationships. And that sense of spiritual grounding, of trusting in something greater than oneself, brings with it a remarkable sense of peace. Studies have shown that people with strong spiritual beliefs often have lower levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. That means less inflammation, better sleep, and reduced risk of chronic disease. But it goes beyond biology. There's something profoundly human about waking each day with a sense of purpose. In the Amish world, elders are not left to fade quietly into the background. They're honored, included, needed. They teach, guide, listen. Their faith gives them clarity. Their family gives them relevance. And their community gives them dignity. When you feel that your life has meaning, when you wake each morning knowing you are part of something bigger than yourself, it becomes easier to let go of anxiety, to trust the process of aging, and to move through life with grace instead of fear. This is where modern life often falters. We chase productivity but lose presence. We fill our days but question our purpose. We stay connected online but feel increasingly alone. So what can we learn from the Amish way of peace? Here are 3 simple practices inspired by Amish life that you can start using today, wherever you are. 1. Begin your day in stillness. Whether it's prayer, quiet journaling, or mindful breathing, take 5 minutes to center yourself before the chaos begins. 2. Live with intention. Ask yourself, what truly matters today? Focus on presence, not productivity. 3. Be of service. Whether it's checking in on a friend, helping your neighbor, or listening more deeply, purpose grows when we give beyond ourselves. Inner peace isn't found in silence alone. It's built through faith, connection, and daily choice. And when we root ourselves in those values, we don't just add years to our life. we add life to our years. So, what does Amish longevity really teach us? It isn't a mystery. It isn't magic. It's not locked behind expensive programs or complex routines. It's in the simple things, the consistent things, the things we often overlook in our fast-paced world. They live simply, without the noise of constant consumption. They nurture strong relationships, interwoven across generations. They move with purpose, as part of daily life. They eat what they grow, and they grow what they need. And through it all, they're grounded by faith, meaning, and peace. You don't need to dress like the Amish. You don't need to live off-grid or churn your own butter. But you can choose simplicity. You can reclaim your health. You can build deeper connections, find greater stillness, and live with more intention. Live simply, so that others may simply live, and so you may live longer too. The path to longevity doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be conscious. So, of these 5 powerful Amish-inspired practices, living simply, staying connected, moving daily, eating clean, and grounding yourself in purpose, which one will you begin with today? Leave a comment and share the one practice that spoke to you most. Or tell us, what does longevity look like for you? What's your vision for a healthier, more meaningful life? If this video made you think, if it made you feel, or if it simply gave you a little peace, consider subscribing. Here, we explore timeless wisdom, real health, and the quiet habits that truly make life worth living. And if you're curious to go even deeper, don't miss our next video. The 7 foods the Amish eat every week. You might be surprised by what's on their plates and what's not. Until then, live simply, stay grounded, and remember, the way we live today shapes the way we age tomorrow.